Audio check. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We've been away for a couple of days. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling too good over the weekend, so we weren't able to stream on Saturday and Sunday like usual. But we're back here for our Monday night show. We've got the double header of the Dutch Racing League out on track right now, and then following that, we'll also have the OG Schumacher League coming up at 8:30 p.m. tonight. So we have got a bumper edition of racing on the Formula 1 game here at Motive, and we're currently almost halfway through this qualifying session, and right now we've got Gap Bleach currently sat on provisional pole position. As it stands here, he's currently done the fastest time of 1 minute 39.1. He's got a couple of tenths to Dark Vortex, who's sat in second place. You've got Mr. Morello, who is in third place right now in this session. GGJ doing a very good job on the medium tyres, a 1 minute 39.7 on the slower tyre, so that is extremely impressive stuff there from him. He's only 6 tenths off for the provisional pole time, and he's on the inferior tyre, so he's putting himself in a good position right now. Is GGJ. You've got Boo Boo in fifth in the pits. He's done his fastest time on the soft. You've got Freeze currently out there at the moment. He's just coming through turn 1. Casper in the pits at the moment. Banana Raisin Brand in 8th. Craig Anderson sits 9th in the session at the moment. DJ Snarf, NXX Janssen, WTL Curly, Wilco, not Wilcock, Wilco, he told me. F1 Stomper's out of the session already. He's crashed out. D. Vormazella and Dom Specky completing the current list of drivers here in this qualifying session right now, as we've got Dem Specky just coming out of the last flat out section of the track and up towards the line to start a flying lap here, as he's got 10 minutes currently left in this session to do so. We've got double yellow flags through sector 1. We're not quite sure what they're for, as they're now in sector 2. Mr. Morello's just gone a tenth quicker through the first sector, should I say? Although it looks like he's backed off a bit in the last part of this lap, as he seems to be down on what would be, I think, presumably his fastest time. Yeah, he's 14 seconds off of his fastest time, so he's just a bit coming through the middle sector there. Banana Raisin Brand's out of the qualifying session, so he's not going to move up any further than 8th place here. So that's not gone to plan at all there for him. Boo Boo's on an out lap at the moment. He's just coming through the middle part of the lap as we speak. You've got Freezeek has backed off on this lap that he's currently on. Casper in the pits at this point. You've got Craig Anderson a little way off in the first sector. DJ Snarf coming through the first sector right now. Just coming up to the checkpoint here, which will show us where he is in relation to his current personal best lap, as he's now coming through this twisty section of the track. Let's keep an eye on DJ Snarf as he's coming up to the first sector point of this lap that he's presently on. On the soft tyres, DJ Snarf, we've seen him racing a few times over the course of the week across many different leagues that we stream here on the Motive channel. Looks like it might be in the third lap time, because it hasn't come up saying, oh no, it's because he hasn't set a lap so far. That's why it's not showing the sector times. You can't be based relative to a lap that hasn't happened. So through the castle section he comes now, and up through this right left little bit, and then this is a bit of flat out section. This bit is a left kink, but it's flat out. Yeah, pretty much flat to the boards all the way through this bit up until you get to the final sector. So here he comes, DJ Snarf. Want to stay away from that wall on the exit of this tricky part of the track. Keeps it nicely there. DJ Snarf here in towards the final few corners of the lap. The final sector very short in terms of the actual time, as we see him now coming through those final few corners. DJ Snarf is going to be flat out through this left-right bit, and then he'll be out onto the start-finish straight here on this current lap that he's on. Still it set a time. It's going to be his first time here of the session, as he now is coming up towards the line. DJ Snarf, what is it going to be for him? Here he comes. Comes over, and it's I tell you, it's a 140.9, so it's a couple of seconds off of the pace at the moment. NSX Janssen still yet said lap, as is WTL Curly and Wilco as well. Wilco will be the next over the line. What can Wilco do? He comes over, goes P7. NSX Janssen, Curly coming over first. Curly manages to go P14, so he moves up a position, and NSX Janssen goes P1. So NSX Janssen blows them all out of the water there. Goes a tenth quicker than Gap Bleach. So that's a great lap there from NSX Janssen. Goes to the top of the leaderboard, and that's exactly what he would have needed at this point in the session. So great job there from him, as we've got double yellow flags through sector 1. Boo Boo has crashed out of the qualifying session, so that is a massive shame there for him. But nonetheless, here is NSX Janssen now leading the way on the medium tyres as well. So he's done an extra special job there when you consider that he's on the slower tyre and he's still managing to put it on P1. So NSX Janssen absolutely flying here tonight so far. I'm just going to share the stream on the Dutch Racing League Discord server so they can actually see it. So right guys, sorry about that, we're just back on right now. NSX Janssen still your man on provisional pole position. Gap Bleached out there right now, looking to try and go one better in this qualifying session. Oh, one sec. Gap Bleach going pole position there, done a great lap, half a second quicker than NSX Janssen, and he's absolutely smashed it out of the park there on the soft tyres. He's done a superb job there, but NSX Janssen seems to have now put the soft tyres on, so he's clearly not happy that he's been picked to pole position. Obviously he did his fastest lap on the mediums, he's now going all out here and has stuck his set of the red mark soft tyres on, so can he get out there and improve on that as quick as possible? Gap Bleach, no doubt your new provisional pole sitter here in this qualifying session, as we've got just under 4 minutes left to go here at Azerbaijan, here in Baku for the Dutch Racing League. 10 if you're currently watching, guys, smash the like button if you can, it helps us out massively, really does help us out more than you know. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, then drop a subscription onto the channel by all means, and if you want to get involved in any of the leagues that we commentate on, just check out across the week and you'll be able to join. The links are always in the description down below, so you can get yourselves involved in the action very, very easily. No stress, no complications involved. As it looks like Wilco has crashed out of the session here, so he's now going to take no further part in this session and will start no higher than 9th at the start of this race. So that's not gone to plan in any way, shape or form there for him. As NSX Janssen and Dem Specky are both on outlaps at the moment. Dark Vortex in the pits, so is GGJ. Mr. Morello is currently out there, just coming through towards the end of Sector 1. There is a stray wheel lying loose in Turn 2, so we're not quite sure what's gone off there, but something's gone horrifically wrong nonetheless. As we've got a couple of extra likes on the stream, guys, thank you so much for your support and for helping us out and helping us grow. It's massively appreciated, we really do. It really does mean a lot to us here, as we've currently got Mr. Morello coming through the castle section at the moment. I think he's backed off a little bit on this lap that he's currently on though. So we've got Gap Bleach in the pits, NSX Janssen, Dem Specky and Dark Vortex all on outlaps at this point. Mr. Morello is just coming through towards the second sector checkpoint at this point. You've got Devon Mazzella coming through the first sector, and he was up on his previous lap, so he's improved his lap by a bit. He's now out there to do a little bit more damage here in this session. Freeze League down in P10, not where he wants to be for sure. Casper in the pits. You've got DJ Snarf, who's 7/10 of a second up on his personal best. He's now coming through the final sector, as here he comes flat out through this right-hand kink, which leads out onto the start finish straight. Here comes DJ Snarf towards the line. He'll get a little bit of tow from the car in front, which might help him get into the 139s here. As up to the line he comes, he misses out on a 139. He does a 1 minute 40.2, and that's P9 there for DJ Snarf. So a big improvement there on that last lap of his, but still a little way to go if he wants to get himself in the thick of it. Still got Bleach on pole. NSX Janssen is coming through the middle sector right now. We didn't get a chance to see what his split time was in the first sector, but he's got half a second to find. His fastest lap that he did there, the 139 dead that you see in the top left, was actually on the medium, so he's definitely got some pace to unlock here on this lap that he's currently on. There's opportunities, there's definitely potential for a bit of time here to be found out on the track, as he's now coming through this flat out left-hander, which leads down towards the final sector of the lap, staying flat out all the way, braking heavily for this section as we come past what I assume looks like government buildings, but probably isn't. And in towards the left-hander he comes, all a bit wide, would have lost a bit of time there, NSX Janssen. Nonetheless, he's still 6/10 up, but I think he would have lost a bit of time there on the exit, as he didn't really get onto power as early as he'd have liked due to how wide he was going. He got a bit of understeer, that might have lost him a tenth or two, and potentially could have cost him pole. Here he comes up towards the line. What can NSX Janssen do? Here he comes, DRS wide open as he drags it up towards the line. 38.5 is the time to be, and he just misses out by 5 thousandths of a second. 5 thousandths of a second is all the difference between Gap Bleach and NSX Janssen. He lost a bit of time there coming through that final left-hander as he went, just drifted a little bit wide coming out of the corner. Dark Vortex is out of the session, as NSX Janssen's going to have this one more chance to try and pip Gap Bleach to pole position. Hey, if you're currently watching the stream, if you guys enjoy, please like, as NSX Janssen's coming through the middle sector, sorry, through the first sector still. The first sector's quite a long one here at Azerbaijan. Here he comes, onset of power now. Hard on the brakes there into this left-hander, which leads straight into a it's a bit of a booby trap, that corner. It's easy to whack that curve and go into the wall. I always think this one's a left-hander when I'm playing this game, but luckily I'm not out on track tonight. And NSX Janssen up towards the castle section here. He's got somebody just in front of him, so hopefully he'll be hoping that whoever it is doesn't get in the way too much and doesn't impede him on this lap that he's on, because this could potentially be the pole lap here for NSX Janssen. Keeping an eye on the top right-hand corner, that will tell you where he is in relation to his personal best. Now, this next corner that he's coming up to now is the one where he messed up his last lap and cost him a chance of taking pole. Does he get it right this time? It's a lot better this time. Onto the power much earlier, got it hooked up, got it turned into the apex much more impressively than the last time. And here he comes through the final section of the track. The split times to me didn't come up. I don't know if you saw them on the stream. To me it didn't seem to pop up, but here comes NSX Janssen nonetheless up towards the line. And is it going to be pole position for him? I think it's... yes, it is! He does it by 0.3 of a second. NSX Janssen on his second attempt, taking pole position, used up all of his ERS there on that last lap. 38.2, 0.3 is the gap between NSX Janssen and Gap Bleach. Not much separating them. GGJ managed to improve a little bit at the end of the session. 38.5 from him. Those three looking very, very strong. And it's a close qualifying session, I've got to say. But it is NSX Janssen who takes pole ahead of Gap Bleach, who will line up second alongside him on the front row. GGJ in third, ahead of Dems Becky, followed by Dark Vortex. Mr. Morello in sixth, ahead of Devon Mazzella, followed by DJ Snarf in eighth, ahead of Boo Boo ninth, then Wilco in P10. Freeze League will line up in 11th place, followed by Casper in 12th, and then Banana Raisin Brand will line up 13th, ahead of Craig Anderson 14th, WTL Curly in P15, and F1 Stomper will round out the grid in 16th place.
Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step.
Audio check. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen, we're moments away from the start of the Dutch Racing League Azerbaijan Grand Prix here on the Motive Racing YouTube channel, as the drivers are just pulling up now on the grid and we're getting ready to go racing. NSX Janssen starting on pole position ahead of Gap Bleach, who will be lining up alongside him on the front row. Then we've got GGJ and Dems Becky just behind them in third and fourth places, followed by Dark Vortex, who'll be in fifth ahead of Mr. Morello in P6, Devor Mazzella in seventh, DJ Staff 8, Boo Boo in ninth. Then we're going to have Wilco in 10th, Freezedeek in 11th, Casper 12th, Banana Rosenbrand 13th, Craig Anderson 14th, WTL Curly will up 15th place, and Stomper will be at the back in P16 as he's just now pulling up on the grid. Once we've got all the cars lined up, the engine revs will go deadly silent, and then you'll hear them start to rise, and then once those 5 red lights are out, we'll be officially underway for the race. Here we go. You can hear the engine revs now rising, almost deafening, as the lights are now about to come on. Here they go. Now we're about to go racing here at Azerbaijan for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at the Dutch Racing League. And it's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start from NSX Janssen, but he gets massive wheel spin and he loses out to Gap Bleach down the inside, as we can see Dark Vortex trying to look down the inside. Oh, Dark Vortex loses it, and you can see NSX Janssen has also lost it as well. And we can see GGJ PS gets himself through up into P2 there, and a great start there from him, as DJ Snaff is running just ahead of F1 Stomper, and F1 Stomper has made up 10 places in 2 corners. We've got a safety car already, Dark Vortex at the back after getting caught up in a major melee there. No one's crashed out of the race. What a miracle that is. And Casper's lost out to Freezy Cam Boo Boo, but Gap Bleach leading the race, having got through basically just due to NSX Janssen's massive wheel spin. NSX Janssen got away really well and then just got a load of wheel spin as he got off the line, and it allowed Gap Bleach up into the lead, and it looked like Dark Vortex was going to take the lead on the inside. He was looking down the inside of Gap Bleach, but then caught the wall on the inside as Gap Bleach turned in, and that was all that Dark Vortex needed to basically fall down to the back of the pack. But he looks like he's got away without too much damage, so no harm, no foul there. But Gap Bleach leads ahead of GGJ, Devor Mazzella in third ahead of NSX Janssen, with DJ Snoff 5th. You've got Stomper 6th, Mr. Morello 7th, Freezedeek running in 8th place with no front wing. You need to come in and get that fixed. Gaspug there running in 9th ahead of Craig Anderson. Boo Boo there in 11th with no front wing as well. We'll need to get that fixed. Banana Raisinbrand 12th. Curly 13th. Dems Becky 14th. Dark Vortex in P15. And Wilco running at the back here on this first lap. Safety car already and a bit of carnage. Few front wings amiss. And yeah, hectic start to this race tonight. Audio check. Here we are, guys. We're about to go once again here for the restart of the Dutch Racing League. We had a bit of a chaotic start to the race, but we're about to get underway once again as F1 Stomper puts his foot to the floor, and we're underway now as Mr. Morello's right behind him. You've got Gap Bleach there, has got Curly with Devor Mazzella right on the back of him as NSX Janssen moves through there up into P5 on the back of Curly, but Devor Mazzella's right in the mix as well as Devor Mazzella's now looking to the inside of NSX Janssen here into turn 1, is making a move there on the brakes up into P5. The NSX Janssen trying to hold it on the outside and manages to do so really well there. NSX Janssen's back around the outside there of Devor Mazzella up into 5th place as GGJ's got ahead of DJ Snarf, and looks as though Dark Vortex has lost a few places there and is down to 15th place as Wilco has got ahead of Freesleek there up into P10. NSX Janssen's now got ahead of Curly as well, so NSX Janssen making up 2 positions after losing out to Devor Mazzella off at the start, and Wilco is now lost out to Freesleek there, so Freesleek up into P10 and Banana Raisinbran has got ahead of Casper there up into 12th place. So a few changes going on in this restart as Gap Bleach has got ahead of Mr. Morello, but they're coming through the right hander there. Gap Bleach rattles over the curve and they're losing time to the race leader Stomper. Stomper has gone from the back of the grid all the way to the lead in the first couple of laps. Obviously safety car helped him about a little bit as Devor Mazzella's got ahead of Curly, noticing that one on the timing screens, but Stomper's now got a 2-second lead out the front all of a sudden as Demis Becky has got ahead of WTL Curly up into 6th place, and it's all action right now in this race. There's stuff happening absolutely everywhere that you look, as there's a Red Bull there of Wilco trying to defend from Banana Raisinbran. NSX Janssen has picked off Mr. Morello and is now up into 3rd place, and Curly's lost out to GGJ. GGJ up into P7 there. Great racing here in the first few laps of this one as Freesleek has lost out to Wilco, and Wilco's up into P10 there. Just slips around the outside there coming into the final sector of the lap. You'll have ERS coming down the main straight though, and he's still sticking with it for the time being. He's still sticking close to these guys right in front of him as Dark Vortex has crashed out of the race. So we've got double yellow flags through sector 2. Mr. Morello's lost out to Devor Mazzella. Devor Mazzella's up into 4th place, and Stomper's in the pits, and so is Mr. Morello here. So a couple of drivers coming in here at the end of lap 4, but it's Gap Bleach now leading, obviously with Stomper coming into the pits. You've got NSX Janssen there running in 2nd place ahead of Devor Mazzella, followed by Demis Becky. GGJ running in 5th place. Curly's just got ahead of DJ Snarf there, but DJ Snarf looks to try to send one back down the inside, coming in towards this turn 2 as they're still side by side on the exit of the corner. DJ Snarf gets himself back up into 6th place there. Banana Raisinbran has got these two, Curly and Wilco, just in front of him. Wilco there looking to make the move on Curly down this straight, and he's got the move done there up into 7th. Freesleek though is trying to make the move on Banana Raisinbran. He's made that move. What's happened to Banana Raisinbran? He's in the wall. Oh, Banana Raisinbran's had a crash and he's lost out to Freesleek, Casper and Craig Anderson. So Banana Raisinbran losing a few positions there then, as GGJ is still on the back of Demis Becky as these two battled it out over 4th and 5th places at the moment. They're a few seconds behind the race leader Gap Bleach. They're 7 seconds behind him at this point as they continue to battle it out. You've got Wilco there's on the back of DJ Snarf right now. Freesleek's pretty close on the back of Curly, with Casper still in hot pursuit right now in that battle for 8th, 9th and 10th places, as we've got double yellow flags through sector 2 at the moment. I'm not quite sure why, and Craig Anderson's crashed out of the race. So Craig Anderson here, the third retirement, should I say, of the evening so far. We've lost, well, 4th actually, but on a Raisinbran's out of the race. Wow, unbelievable stuff. Another safety car. What? Another safety car here as Demis Becky's crashed out of the race. They are dropping like flies. What's going on here? We're down to 11 drivers here all of a sudden. Wow.
We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search for
Audio check. Here we go, guys. We're about to go once again here for the second restart of the night here at Azerbaijan for the Dutch Racing League. As we can see, Gatfleet warming up his tyres, getting ready to go once again. A couple of drivers came into the pits. We've got F1 Stomper on fresh mediums, as well as Mr. Morello, and GGJ came in during the pit stops. So, well, during the safety car, so he's now come in and got that done. But Gap Bleach leads ahead of NSX Janssen coming into turn one. You've got Devormazella ahead of DJ Snuff, followed by Wilco ahead of Freezing. Then you've got Casper, who's got F1 Stomper trying to go here around the outside. And Casper's binned it into the wall. Casper's had a big moment there, and he's managed to survive it. But he's lost a bit of time there. He's lost a lot of places. And GGJ's moved ahead of Mr. Morello there, up into 9th place, as well as NSX Janssen's trying to look to the inside of Gap Bleach, coming to the end of the straight into turn 3. Devormazella ahead of DJ Snuff, followed by Wilco. Freezing there ahead of F1 Stomper. You got WTL Curly ahead of GGJ, followed by Mr. Morello, and Casper there running a little way behind there in 11th place. But Gap Bleach has got NSX Janssen trying to put the pressure on here straight away off of this restart. You got Freezeek on the back of Wilco, and GGJ's done Curly there into 8th place at the end of the straight. So nicely done there from GGJ. Quite a bit going on here on this restart, to be fair, as now Mr. Morello's looking to try and knock Curly while he's down. He's going to go for it there, as now Curly's going to try and hang it around the outside. Mr. Morello surely thinks he's going to get that one done, and he has got it done coming into the castle section there. Mr. Morello up into 9th place. Curly there backing way out of that one, wanted none of that, and letting Mr. Morello continue on his way as Gap Bleach leads the race ahead of NSX Janssen. You've got Devormazella there in 3rd place ahead of DJ Snuff, as Freezeek is hassling the back of Wilco coming into this left-hander. You've got Stomper there all over the back of these guys. 5th, 6th and 7th place is going at it here, as Stomper looking to the inside into that final left-hander of the track. Onto the power they come now, coming to the final section of the track, as F1 Stomper has got the run here. He's going to use that slipstream here on Freesley, because they're now coming through this final part of the lap. Here we go. He'll get the ERS here. Battery now on full power as he pulls out of the slipstream. Here he goes. F1 Stomper looking to the inside here on Freesley. Let's go trackside and see what we can't, because the camera angles are. But nonetheless, F1 Stomper there has got himself ahead of Freezik there up into P6. But Freezy's trying to come back in there into turn 1, can't do it, thinks better of it. An F1 Stomper, P6 here in this race for him, as NSX Janssen is in second place, and he's on the back of Gap Bleach right now, as these two are batting out over the lead, but Gap Bleach has got a reasonable, comfortable cushion right now. 7 tenths is not much, but it's enough for him to think, okay, well, I'm not a threat of an immediate overtake. Wilco there's on the back, has got F1 Stomper on the back ahead of Freezy. GGJ continuing to follow these guys around at the moment. They've managed to gap Morello by about a second here, as WTL Curly and Casper still going in this race, but it's Gap Bleach, NSX Janssen now clinging to the coattails of him, not by much. He's just about within a second at this point, as F1 Stomper and Wilco having a battle here. F1 Stomper's got around Wilco, and Wilco's going to lose out here to Freezy as well. So Wilco having a bit of a poor run coming to that part of the track. He's now let GGJ go by as well, so thinking maybe it's not his fight. You can see that all of these three guys are having a bit of a fight, and he doesn't want to get caught up in the crossfire. As Gap Bleach has lost out to Devormazella here, so Devormazella's up into second place. DJ Snarf is going to move around the outside of Gap Bleach there up into third, and has Gap Bleach got damage? I think he has. Yeah, he's got no front wing. He has got no front wing, so he is paddling at the moment as F1 Stomper moves through. There goes GGJ, and I think Wilco and Mr. Morello will be getting him in a moment here. So Gap Bleach will have to come into the pits and get that front wing. Well, he hasn't got a front wing, so he can't get it replaced. But he's going to have to come in and get a new front wing here. As you can see, Wilco coming through. Mr. Morello will also be following him through right here, right now, and that has not gone to plan in any way, shape or form there for him. As Gap Bleach has crashed, he's gone into the wall, and we've got double waved yellow flags through sector 3. Oh my god, I'll tell you what, it's a crash fest tonight. NSX Janssen leads ahead of Devormazella, followed by DJ Snarf. You've got F1 Stomper there in fourth ahead of Freezy, who's got GGJ behind him, and you've got Mr. Morello. Wilco into the pits here at the end of lap 9, and WTL Curly still going ahead of Casper, but it's NSX Janssen leading ahead of Devormazella at the moment, as we're now on board with Devormazella, and he'll get DRS down this part of the track, but not to any avail. He's too far back at the moment to make that work, as Wilco and WTL Curly in the pits right now. GGJ's got ahead of Freezy. Freezy trying to come back around the outside in turn 3, but nothing doing there, to no avail for him. NSX Janssen though continues to lead the race by 4 tenths of a second right now, so it is oh so close between these two as they continue to go at it here on lap 10 of the race. You've got DJ Snarf there just about a second up on the back of him, followed by F1 Stomper. GGJ there in 5th ahead of Freezy, who's just about clinging to the back of GGJ, not by much though. I'll tell you what, GGJ's pulling away from Freezy at this point. They've gapped Mr. Morello by quite a bit. But NSX Janssen continuing to control this race. Devormazella has got a great run here, coming to the left-hander, and NSX Janssen looked like he let him go there, to be fair. So NSX Janssen there deciding to live to fight another day. He'll get DRS down the straight. Maybe he's going to try and give himself DRS here. Trying to distract Devormazella in the mirrors a little bit there, coming into the left-hander, which is the last sort of proper braking zone of the lap. And NSX Janssen will be in prime position here to come back at Devormazella. He'll have the DRS, and it is a long straight with a long DRS zone. He gets out of it a bit. No, Devormazella gets into the wall. So, in fact, NSX Janssen's going to be given a free pass here, back up into the lead of the race. Devormazella, is he going to come into the pits? DJ Snarf following NSX Janssen through, up into P2 in this race, and Devormazella does pit there, after making that little mistake and surrendering the lead there to NSX Janssen. Wow, DJ Snarf going for a massive dive up the inside. NSX Janssen sees that one coming and picks him off there. He managed to sucker him beautifully out of the corner. Now F1 Stomper's down the inside of DJ Snarf. But DJ Snarf getting a better exit out of turn 2 and holding on to that second position for now, as Stomper's trying to come back at him, coming down towards turn 3, looking to the inside. Here he goes. Can he get this move done? He goes a little bit later on the brakes, and he does get himself back up into P2 there. Mr. Morello's on the back of Freezy at the moment, in the battle for 5th and 6th places, as Devormazella's been in and out of the pits now, and he's got some fresh hard tyres on, which should see him to the end of the race. Also another driver who can go to the end is probably Casper, having done a fair few laps on those hard tyres. Stomper and GGJ might be thinking about going to the end on the tyres that they're currently on. It would be a hard push though, as Stomper and NSX Janssen continue to battle it out, and Stomper's around the outside there up into P1. So Stomper once again taking the lead here off of NSX Janssen, but these two having a great little battle at the front, and DJ Snarf and GGJ looking to get themselves involved in this as quickly as they can. I would say NSX Janssen and DJ Snarf definitely need to pit again. Stomper and GGJ might be able to get their tyres to the end. It's going to be touch and go for those guys. It would be extremely difficult to get those to go all the way to the end, that's for sure. Oh no, it's DJ Snarf's lost it. He's bending into the wall. DJ Snarf is out of the race. Incredible. Well, we've got another safety car. And we're down to 9 drivers here in this race. As DJ Sniper, we're riding on board with him. He was on the back of NSX Janssen. He was at a great position in this race, but that has now brought out the safety car, and I imagine we'll be seeing a lot of pit stops here. They're probably all going to put the mediums on. They could all go to the end from here. Yep, they're pretty much all coming in. Freeze, taking a gamble, going for track position, staying out on the track. He's done a fair few laps on those mediums. Although with the couple of safety car periods we're having, I don't know if he might try and sneak those to the end, but even so, I mean, it's going to be a push. Stomper's put the soft tyres on. Why has he put the softs on? He's not going to make those last to the end, is he? Surely not. GTJ and Mr. Morello playing it safe, going on the mediums. NSX Janssen going on the hards. A bit overkill there, to be honest. I don't think that's really necessary. But those guys all coming in, getting their pit stops done as Wilco there are moving up into P6. You've got Devon Mazzella there into the pits, as is Casper, and WTL Curly coming down the start-finish straight. Will probably still be in, well, he'll probably move up into P8, or maybe he might still be P9 as Casper's just getting moving. Yes, so Curly will re-emerge in 9th place, yep. Okay.
Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll go down tonight. And just like the sunrise, you know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it
Audio check. Audio check. Here we are, guys, getting ready to go once again. Friesing's put his foot to the floor on 10-lap old medium tyres, but F1 Stomper on the much fresher soft tyres will surely be able to get him on this restart, as we're still yet to go here. The safety car pinning into the bits, and we're off and going once again as Friesing now puts his foot to the floor, and F1 Stomper's already got the run them coming on towards turn 1. Side by side into the braking zone. F1 Stomper there moves himself into P1. Can he get the move completed? Yes, he does. F1 Stomper now leads the race, and Friesing open to an attack here as GGJ is looking down the inside. Friesing trying to hold it around the outside. GGJ can't. You know, he can get it done. And Devormans there's lost a lot of time there on the exit of the corner. No, sorry, Mr. Morello lost a lot of time on the exit of turn 2. But Friesing there has lost out to GGJ and F1 Stomper, and is down to 3rd place in this race as Casper's got ahead of Curly there up into 5th place. Wilco there just behind Mr. Morello down to 8th place after that very difficult start, and NSX Janssen there is down to 9th place here after this restart, but a dramatic restart there, and it's now F1 Stomper on the fresh soft tyres who leads, but they're going to be absolutely clinging on for dear life come the end of this race, so I don't think F1 Stomper's going to have a very enjoyable last couple of laps. I reckon GGJ will come back to him at the end. For now, F1 Stomper will have the pace, but I'm sure that GGJ is going to have a lot more grip in those medium tyres come the end of the race. Friesing on the worn mediums surely can't go very far on those. Devormans on fresh mediums should, on paper, have better pace than GGJ, and obviously a lot better grip than F1 Stomper by the end. And Casper likewise as Devormans, but it is currently F1 Stomper out in front of these, so open up his gap on those fresh soft tyres. At the moment they're going to be in the prime position, but as this stint wears on, it's going to only favour GGJ more and more and more. But at this point F1 Stomper's just got to make his advantage count, as we've got Devormans here on the back of Friesing, because they're now coming out onto the start finish straight here for the 14th time in this race. He's going to use his ERS to power past Friesing here. Here he goes up into the podium spots. Great stuff there from Devormans, as we've got F1 Stomper doing the fastest lap of the race there, out in front on those fresh soft tyres. Into turn 1 they come, as Wilco's got ahead of WTL Curly, but Curly looking to try and hold around the outside into turn 1. Can he do so? Curly's still there. Oh, I tell you what, he's put off a great move there, a great counter move there, great counter attack there from WTL Curly back up into 6th place, as that's so we see Morello there into the pits there at the end of lap 14, but Stomper out in front leading the race, and is continuing to open up his gap predictably over GGJ at this point on those fresh soft tyres. Friesing has lost out to Devormans and is down to 4th place here in this race. Wilco's still on the back of WTL Curly, still hasn't given up in that battle for 6th place at this point. So this race absolutely raging on at the moment, and looking to be a pretty exciting one here. Difficult to know who's going to win at this point with Stomper out in front, but obviously his soft tyres will not last forever. But are they going to last to the end of this race? I suppose that's the question we're going to find out, as Wilco looking to try and come back at Curly here into the castle section. They come here for the 15th time in this race. Curly taking a little bit of curve on the entry, but Wilco not in a position really to do anything about it at the moment. Oh, WTL Curly has had to get out of it a little bit there. Wilco's coming at him here, down towards the final sector of the lap we come. So here we come then, out onto the start finish straight to complete lap 15. 11 laps left to go. Wilco's going to have to run here on Curly, and it looks like he's going to return the favour on Curly in the same place that Curly got him last lap. No, he just backed out of it there. He just backed out of it. He doesn't want to pass him by the sounds of it, unless he just wants to time it right. As here goes Wilco on Curly. Curly a little bit later on the brakes and holds it around the outside, and Wilco can't get it done there. And yeah, Wilco just seemed to back out of that, so I don't know what's going on there. NSX Janssen, fastest lap on that last lap from P8. He's got work to do though, really needs another safety car if he's to bring himself back into the hunt here in this race. Wilco's back down the inside of Curly here. These two continuing to scrap it out here into the braking zone for turn 3. The Red Bull of Wilco moving ahead of the Williams there of Curly, back up into 6th place once again. These two putting on a great show here for 6th place here in this race, as Wilco's now pulled out a bit of a gap to Curly through this middle part of the lap. As F1 Stomper's out the front, got a 3-second gap at the moment over GGJ. You've got Devormans there running in 3rd place ahead of Friesing, followed by Casper in P5 at this point. There's Wilco running in P6. It's got WTL Curly not too far away from him. You've got NSX Janssen there in 8th place ahead of Morello. As F1 Stomper coming out of the last corner up towards the start finish straight, about to start lap 17. 10 laps left to go here at Baku for the Dutch Racing League. NSX Janssen's pulled up onto the back of Curly here. Only 2 tenths between these two. I feel this is going to be a foregone conclusion here. NSX Janssen will get the DRS. He's used up a lot of his battery though, whereas conversely, Curly's got quite a bit of his left. But the DRS clearly more powerful than the ERS, and NSX Janssen there cruises through up into 7th place, and that was easy pickings there for him. Casper's still clinging to the coattails of Friesleek at the moment, as these two battle it out for 4th and 5th places here. NSX Janssen's already gapped Curly by over a second since getting ahead of him. As that gap is going up on the timing board, you can see that there, moving up and up and up. NSX Janssen's on the back of Wilco right now as they're battling it out over 6th and 7th places. NSX Janssen trying to squeeze one up the inside here. Has a little look coming into the left-hander on Wilco, but Wilco for the time being just holding it firm, not getting sucked into this one. Through the final couple of corners they come. NSX Janssen will get the DRS coming down this part of the track. Got a little bit of ERS to use. Wilco's used up. He has, saved a lot more of his than Janssen has, but Janssen is making the DRS work to full effect there, and you see him flying past Wilco there up into 6th place. Casper's got ahead of Friesleek here in the battle for 4th and 5th. So Casper up in position there into P4 in this race. Stomper's got a 3.8 second gap over GGJ. Question is, how long are those soft tyres going to stay in their window, because I can't imagine they're going to be working too well for too long. It's a question of how long can F1 Stomper keep those in their optimum window. As Friesleek is still on the back of Casper in this battle for 4th and 5th places. Noticing on the timing screen, NSX Janssen's got a gap of a second to Wilco, so he's not pulling away massively at this point. But Friesleek looking all over the back of Casper here, trying to force him into a mistake, trying to make a move. Trying to find any which way he can around him. Here they come out onto the start-finish straight once again here at Azerbaijan, for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at Baku. Here on the Motive Racing channel tonight for the Dutch Racing League. Been an interesting night tonight, to say the least. There's been a few incidents, there's been a lot of drama out on track. As we're approaching the final few laps of this race. Well, we're basically in the final few laps of the race now. Casper a bit wide on the exit of turn 1, keeping it together. Friesleek though is waiting for a mistake, trying to pressure him. DRS down this straight might bring him that little bit closer. It won't bring him close enough to be able to make a move though. We're on lap 19 of 26. Casper gets a horrible run there, coming through that right hander, tagged the curb a little bit too much. Friesleek creeping ever closer here to the back of Casper, but Casper's holding firm. He's not making any mistakes, he's not making too many misjudgments at this point, he's just keeping it where it needs to be. Frizik is just hanging on at this point, grimly. Friesig's just lost a bit of time to Casper coming through that final part of the lap. He'll get the DRS to bring him that little bit closer again. But Casper just seems to have the answer at the moment, as Curly's just got a 3-second time penalty there. That's just popping up on our feed there for multiple track limit warning violations. Friesig here still keeping Casper just about on his toes. And out of turn 2 they come. Does he get a good run? He gets a decent run there. Once again the DRS will give him just a little bit of a lifeline, but Casper seems to be pulling away from him a bit right now, as these two have got NSX Janssen now pulling up onto them. So NSX Janssen only about a second off at the back of Friesig, who we're riding on board with. He is losing time to Casper. Casper though, horrible run there out of the right-hander. Friesig not too great either though. And NSX Janssen is now within a stone's throw of these two, and will be looking to get himself into P4 as soon as he can. I think his chances of a podium are pretty remote at this point, but he's giving it everything here. Also noticing on the timing board that F1 Stomper's tyres, his soft tyres, which he put on 7 or 8 laps ago, are starting to go off a bit because the gap is coming down to GGJ. We're keeping half an eye on that paddle at the front, but we're sticking with this one at the moment for 4th, 5th and 6th places, as it's Casper Friesig and NSX Janssen still very, very close here. NSX Janssen looking to the inside into this left-hand braking zone, but nothing doing. Can he get the run here? NSX Janssen's going to try and send one here into the final braking zone of the lap. Oh, as Friesig tries to hang on out. Oh my gosh. NSX Janssen there almost tagged him, but did very well there to avoid taking him out. And this has now taken Friesig out of the DRS, which leaves him vulnerable to NSX Janssen, as now coming here out onto the start-finish straight for the 20th time in this race. And NSX Janssen's going to breeze past him, and the DRS will just help him to move that a little bit further ahead. As there they go, NSX Janssen's going to say bye-bye, and he moves himself up into P6 there in this race. Lap 21 of 26 here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, here on the Motive channel for the Dutch Racing League. 5.5 laps left to go in this race as Wilco is now into the pits. And the gap continuing to come down between F1 Stomper and GGJ. It's now at 2.6. So GGJ is continuing to just chip away at that gap, continuing to find time, and doing everything he has to do right now. De Boer there running in the final podium spot. Casper's got Janssen still on the back of him here. Friesig there, not too far away either. Wilco and Curly both in the pits. Let's put fresh tyres on. They should be able to go for fastest lap there. But F1 Stomper currently doing what he has to do, but the thing is those soft tyres are going to be wearing out quickly now. GGJ, I said earlier on, will have better grip on those medium tyres. They can go quite a bit longer. And he'll be really getting a second wind out of those, but even his tyres will start to go off probably in a couple of hours. And F1 Stomper's just backed out here. F1 Stomper's just got out of it and it's just let GGJ pass. So what is going on there? He is just... Oh, he's lost his front wing. F1 Stomper's lost his front wing. Oh my God, as he just hits the pit wall on entry, and F1 Stomper's coming in for what's going to be a front wing replacement and probably some fresh tyres as well. So that has gone horribly wrong there for him. GGJ now leaves this race. We kind of thought he'd close up to F1 Stomper, but we hope that F1 Stomper would make a race of it. But F1 Stomper's now done for in this race. His hopes of a win dashed, and GGJ now leads by 7 seconds and seems to have this one in the bag. NSX Janssen ahead of Casper is going into 3rd place here, and NSX Janssen on the podium after a bit of a nightmare with the strategy here in this one. Now in a very decent position indeed here. How it twists and turns here tonight, unbelievable stuff. unpredictable from one moment to the next, but it is GGJ leading the race at the moment ahead of De Vormezella, with NSX Janssen there running in that final podium spot. Wilco here is on the back of Mr. Morello as they're battling out over 7th and 8th places here. Mr. Morello, a little bit of a shaky run there coming out of that corner. Now Wilco looking to the outside. Mr. Morello goes a little bit deep into that corner, which allows Wilco just to have to switch back and try around the outside here. Is he going to get that run? Wilco there, he's going to get the move done there brilliantly on Mr. Morello. And Wilco now up into P7 once again. He's still having a great little scrap. Casper's got 1.8 back to freeze leak. NSX Janssen's put 3 seconds between himself and Casper since getting ahead of him. Just shows the pace that NSX Janssen's got here tonight. Mr. Morello still on the back of Wilco in this battle for 7th and 8th place here, as they're coming towards the end of lap 23 for them. Lap 22, should I say. So here they come then out onto the start-finish straight once again. Mr. Morello will be getting that DRS, which might give him that chance to come back at Wilco here. Here they come up towards the start-finish line. Is he going to get there a little bit too late? I think he is. Tries to send one, gives Wilco a bit of a tap in the rear there as they come into the corner. But Wilco weathers that storm and does well there to keep onto that one. So Wilco well and truly up into P7 now, as Casper's got a couple of seconds back to freeze leak here. So here we are then, lap 24 of 26. We've got 2.5 laps left to go in this race. GGJ just seeing this one out. He's got this in the bag. He doesn't really need to stress out, doesn't need to worry, doesn't need to push too hard. He's basically got this race signed and sealed, barring any simply monumental mess-ups at the end of this race, as F1 Stomper does the fastest lap on fresh softs. He's currently 3 seconds behind Casper, so he might be able to nab 4th place in this one. F1 Stomper be a bit of damage limitation here after what's been an absolute nightmare of a race. Been up and down for him, but GGJ seems comfortable here at the moment, as Mr. Morello's on the back of Wilco in the battle for 7th and 8th places. Into turn 1 they come, but for the time being Wilco's got that one in hand. Mr. Morello's got the run here. He's going to use the DRS to get a little bit closer to Wilco. Can't quite get there. F1 Stompers on the back of Casper still as they're battling out over 4th and 5th places here. As here he goes now, pulls out of the slipstream, looking to make this move flat out here through this left-hander. And that's job done there for Stomper, up into 4th. I'm just noticing there, Freezeek's picked up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Mr. Morello's still on the back of Wilco here. If he can get a good run, he might be able to have a chance to on him here, or he might be a little bit too far back, I think, to make the DRS work for an overtake. It'll bring him that little bit closer for the next DRS zone. Here goes Mr. Morello. You can see he's got the closing speed, but he's going to get there just a little bit too late into turn 1. Wilco holding on for the time being. Mr. Morello still clinging to the back of him now. 4 tenths between him and Wilco's got deep, and he's got straight on there onto the run-off area. Mr. Morello says thank you very much, and Wilco resets it onto the track there. Mr. Morello up into 7th place, and Wilco there is going to be gutted, but he's just thrown away 7th place there and a couple of championship points with that one. NSX Janssen is bringing the gap down to Zavormazela here. I tell you what, he's got it down to under 3 seconds. He is absolutely gaining hand over fist over him at this point. NSX Janssen is flying here in 3rd spot at the moment as they're coming out of the final corner. And he might be able to have a crack here at Zavormazela as they're about to embark on the start-finish straight. So it's GGJ leading this race ahead of Zavormazela at the moment. The gap's coming down actually between GGJ and Zavormazela. NSX Janssen gaining on Zavormazela. I think it's going to get there a little bit too late though. Stomper there running in 4th place, 7 seconds behind Janssen at this point. Casper there in 5th. You've got Friesik still going in P6 right now. Mr. Morello still way off at the back of Friesik in 7th place. You've got Wilco still going in 8th. WTL Curly completing the classification, but GGJ coming through the final half a lap here at Azerbaijan. What a drive it's been from him. Was able to capitalise on the woes of Janssen and Stomper. Zavormazela has been consistent in this race, but hasn't quite been on the pace of GGJ over the course of this one. GGJ has been so consistent and has kept it clean, kept out of trouble, and he's going to get his reward for it here as he now comes in towards the final few corners here at Baku. 6.3 the gap to Zavormazela at this point is for GGJ. Here he comes out of the last corner onto the power for one last time as he now comes through the wonderful Baku city skyline and through the final few corners of the lap. He's going to come up towards the line to take the checkered flag here at Azerbaijan. It's going to be the win here for GGJ in the Dutch Racing League as he comes up towards the line. GGJ with a wonderfully consistent drive, kept it clean, kept it tidy, and gets his reward for it. GGJ, your winner tonight. Zavormazela is going to hold on for second, just ahead of NSX Janssen. As NSX Janssen was really charging at the end there. So it's Zavormazela second, NSX Janssen third. F1 Stomper is going to come over the line. 4th place in the end for him. He threw the win away. I mean, he might have had a chance to battle with GGJ, but GGJ was reading him in before his mistake, lost his front wing, ended up coming into the pits for fresh soft. So I think he did the fastest lap though to the F1 Stomper. Casper comes over to take 5th place in the end. Not too shabby of a result there from him. Friesik is going to come up towards the line, and it's going to be 6th in this race here for Friesik. Sure, he's not going to be too disappointed with that one as he comes over the line there. Mr. Morello is going to come up towards the line. It will be a 7th place finish here for Mr. Morello as there he is. Wilco not too far. In fact, Wilco's ahead of what? Hold on, what? Okay, let's try and ignore that because I'm confused now. WTL Curly nonetheless is up towards the line, and it's going to be 9th place here. It'll be the last driver to finish here, Curly. Good to see him finish the race, so he'll get 2 championship points for his troubles. Good man for keeping in there, hanging in there and sticking with it. But GGJ though, this man here is your race winner for tonight for the Dutch Racing League here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Thanks to the drivers for watching this back. Guys, if you do enjoy the streams, if you like what the live commentary, then please do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, it helps us out massively. Share this with your friends and your family if you think they might enjoy checking out what you're up to on a Monday night. And we'll see you guys next week. Tune in for the rest of the streams throughout the week. We'll have plenty of them. And yeah, cheers for having us once again. We'll see you soon. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio check. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motive channel. We're back on again tonight for our second show of the night. Obviously, we had the Dutch Racing League on a little bit earlier on. We've now got the OG Schumacher League out on track. The league, which is pretty much the first league that we started doing other than Motive here on the Motive channel. We obviously started when they were still on the XL server. XL and OG are now separate leagues. We still occasionally cover the XL F2 league on a Thursday night when we can, basically this is the league where it kind of started for us in terms of expanding our horizons other than Motive. Although saying that, this is not the actual OG league itself. This is the Schumacher League, the realistic league which runs on a Monday night. The league where everybody drives in cars which are the same, meant to be the same performance as in real life. So cars like it's 2021 it's based on, so cars like the Red Bull and the Mercedes are meant to be the quickest cars, and those who drive the Hasses and the Alfa Romeos and the Williamses, they're the ones who really have to earn their bacon here in this league. They're the ones who have to do it the hard way. And currently we're seeing the provisional pulses. There is karts in McLaren. The McLaren seems to be quite a good choice in this in this realistic Schumacher league, because actually it's one of those where, you know, albeit it's only the 4th quickest car on the grid, so generally compared to your previous season's standing, you can get quite well placed in a McLaren if you're not too high up the standings. You can get quite lucky in going in the McLaren. We saw last season Horatio ran away with the championship in the McLaren. This season obviously he's been placed in a much trickier car. This season he's driving in the Aston Martin, which is the 7th quickest car on the grid. So yeah, by no means is he going to have an easy run of it this season. But we've seen karts doing well this season. We've also seen Blue Devil Fan very quick in the races that we've seen so far over the course of this season. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes up tonight here at Portimao. But we're here for the Portuguese Grand Prix nonetheless, for the OG Schumacher League here on a Monday night, and it's currently karts setting the pace here on the medium tyres and doing an absolutely fantastic job there in the McLaren. You've got Kaiser Kenzie sat in 2nd place at the moment in the Williams. He's currently a 10th off of the fastest time being set by karts. Noticing on the timing board that we're missing Clegg DB as well, which is a bit of a shame. He's quickly becoming my favourite driver, Clegg DB, if you're watching. Not meaning to go or anything like that, but you know, you are actually. I always look at the timing board and always think, oh, where is he? Because he's always puts on a good show and he's always quick and he's always in amongst it having battles. So massive shame to not be seeing Clegg DB on the track here tonight. But nonetheless, we've got karts, Kaiser Kenzie and Raiji in the pits at the moment, as Sands out there on the track, and we've got YouTube Dizzy coming over the line, goes P4 with that lap. Sands gone P5 at the moment as he's coming into the pits now. You got Soph in the pits at this point. Polish My Balls is out there as well. You got Malky just coming out of the last corner up towards the line to start a lap. You got Horatio just popping out of the pits. Bennett's still in the pits. Enmorph is out there at the moment, as is Golden Wolf. You got Andrew Pittsmith there in the pits, as well as Blue Devil Fan, he's actually out on the track at the moment on an out lap. Mark Bowe's out there on a flying lap at the moment as well. But YouTube Disney's currently 2/10 up on his personal best through the first sector. That's right with him. He's coming to the middle sector right now. Gets a little bit of curve on the exit of that corner, keeping it flat to the boards here, flat out through this left-hander. You want to get it nicely to the left-hand side so you can take as much speed here into this right-hander as possible. YouTube Disney looking absolutely full commitment there. Has been supporting us quite a bit on the YouTube channel here at Motive over the last couple of weeks. Always chiming in whenever he can, whenever he's got a free moment. As he's now coming through the final couple of corners here, can he find the 3/10 he needs to put himself on provisional pole here? YouTube Disney driving in the Mercedes. This should be his season. This will be his big chance to maybe win a championship, being in such a quick car. Here he comes out of the final corner. YouTube Disney out to the start finish straight. Enmorph's gone P1. He's got a little bit quicker than karts. Up towards the line comes YouTube Disney, and he gets himself within 0.04 of a second of the pole time, but P3 for YouTube Disney. So it is incredibly tight here at the top of the leaderboard. Enmorph has gone P1 at the moment in the Haas, so that is incredibly impressive there from him in a car which is not really supposed to be anywhere up the top. But Enmore, such a quick driver, managing to wring the neck out of it so far. Coming into the closing stage of this qualifying session, it's Enmore from karts from YouTube Dizzy, and Kaiser Kenzie in P4 at the moment. Raiji's on an outlap at this point, but yeah, it's yeah, that's the state of play at the moment. Enmore currently setting the pace. Karts is in the pits. YouTube Dizzy's out there at the moment, but yeah, not too much else going on at this point. Blue Devil Fan's out there. Blue Devil Fan, we saw in the opening round of the season, was very, very quick in the McLaren. Can he get ahead of his teammate Karts? Can he put it on pole here ahead of Enmorph? He's looking like he's done a good lap so far. If he can get this final corner nailed, he might be just about to nick pole here. Blue Devil Fan coming out of the last corner here at Portimao, about to finish a flying lap. It'll be his first flying lap of the session, and he backed off there and still got pole. Wow, that's unbelievable. Blue Devil Fan, you can't flag that one. We saw that on camera there. You definitely backed off for that one, and he still managed to take pole by 0.2 of a second on the medium tyres. So Blue Devil Fan currently setting a blistering pace out there tonight. Don't know if he wanted to lure his opponents into a bit of a false sense of security by sandbagging, but Mark Bowe has just gone P1, so Blue Devil Fan could live to rue that backing off at the end of the lap, because Mark Bowe's now gone first place in this session so far in the Alpine. Alpine, the 6th fastest car on the F1 2021 game, so he's doing reasonably well. He's gone 0.3 quicker than Blue Devil Fan. Mark Bowe, a solid driver in a car that's quicker than some of the quicker guys in the OG server, like Bennett and Horatio and Kaiser Kenzie and Mark Bow and all that lot being in inferior cars. It's a big chance for Mark Bow to maybe be up there challenging this season. Seems to be doing a good job so far here tonight. Just got under 2 minutes left to go here in this session at the moment. As Blue Devil fan is coming through the final few corners of the lap here. So he'll get one more lap in after this. This isn't the be-all end-all here for Blue Devil fan, as he now comes out of the final corner and up towards it. I know he's not, he's coming into the pits. So Blue Devil fan there bails out of that one. Presumably not an improvement, so it'll be P2 at best here for him. Can anybody pit Blue Devil fan at the end of this session, as we've got double wave yellow flags through Sector 2 and Sector 3? Not 100% what exactly those are in aid of at this point. M-Morph on carts on outlaps, YouTube Dizzy in the pits. He's just getting out now. I don't know whether he's going to get around in time. It's going to be tight for YouTube Dizzy. I'll tell you what, he's going to be on the verge. He might just get out, we'll see. Cart's just starting a lap now. Can he go pole? He's got half a second to find if he is to achieve that. YouTube Dizzy will get around, so will Kaiser Kenzie. Raiji is 2 tenths up, and he's got to find 6 tenths to take pole. Can he get himself... He could realistically get himself on the front row here, you know, if he can find another couple of tenths in this last sector here. Raiji could bring himself up the order quite a bit, driving in the Aston Martin. Not the quickest by a long shot in this game, as he's a bit hesitant there, getting onto the throttle, coming into that penultimate corner, which leads into the final corner. It's kind of like one fluid movement of the wheel, really, the whole corner. But here he comes up towards the line anyway. Raiji goes P2, and he only misses out on pole by a tenth of a second. So Raiji on an absolute flyer there. That's his session done. I think he's out of fuel. Oh, he will be out of fuel on this lap. M-Morph coming up towards the line, and he doesn't improve. That was actually an out lap there for him. Carts is a tenth of a second up coming through the first sector. Let's keep an eye and see what his middle sector time is like here. As here he comes through that middle sector checkpoint now. He's 12 seconds down, so he's had a moment. He's backed out of it by the looks of it. Kaiser Kenzie is 0.04 of a second down coming through the first sector. We'll keep half an eye on him, as we've got Andrew Pittsmith coming around the last corner. He'll be pitting at the end of this one, as he's not on an improvement. Sand 2 tenths down. Don't think he's going to be able to improve. Malky is 3 tenths up through the middle, but he's hesitant. They're all hesitant coming out of that corner. Must be this game. This game must be a bit dodgy around that part of the track. No, Malky's coming in, so he must have lost time through the middle sector. Polish My Balls is still out there. Horatio is done. But Bennett coming out of the last corner. He's 8 tenths up as he's coming up towards the line. What is it going to be for Bennett? He goes P7. P7 for Bennett. So he's up there. 6 tenths off of the pole time in the Alfa Romeo. Kaiser Kenzie has crashed out of the session. He is done. N-Morph is on a slight improvement. Raiji's backed out of it. It's N-Morph. And then that'll be it for the session here. M-Morph will be the last to cross the line. He's about a tenth up through the middle sector. Can he get himself on the second row? Can he get himself over Raiji up towards the line? He comes. N-Morph, no, he doesn't. He improves, but not by enough, and stays in P4. So that is going to be that, I think, for the session. It's going to be Mark Bow on pole ahead of Raiji. Blue Devil fan will line up in third ahead of this man, N-Morph, who will line up in P4 alongside Blue Devil fan. It's going to be Carts and YouTube Dizzy on the third row, followed by Bennett and Kaiser Kenzie on the fourth row. Andrew Pittsmith and San will complete the top 10. Then you've got Soph, Malky, Polish My Balls, Horatio, and Golden Wolf will round out the grid here tonight. 2 seconds covering all 15 drivers. It's a tight grid tonight here at Portimao, but it's looking like it will be Mark Bow leading us around here for the start of the Portuguese Grand Prix for the realistic Schumacher League here on the OG server here on the Motive Racing channel. And there you have it. There is the official classification here for this one. Never sure if the OG League do formation lap or not. They seem to switch it up from week to week, so we'll be about to see whether or not we've got the formation lap on or not. But nonetheless, Mark Bow, pole position in this race ahead of Raiji, not too far away. Blue Devil fan on the medium tyres has got a good chance here in this race of making something happen, as does his teammate Carts in the McLaren. Those two definitely can do some damage from where they are. 20 seconds left until we get going for the race here. Guys, if you do enjoy any of the drivers watching this back afterwards, please do drop a like on the video. It helps us out massively. It really, really does. If you enjoy them, please share with your friends and your family members and any associates that you may think might be interested in this. But here we are, we're getting ready to go for the race. Never sure if we've got a formation lap, so we'll obviously see once we ready up. But I just want to be sat here ready just in case we're jumping straight into the race with absolutely no warning whatsoever. Yes, here we are, just waiting for everybody to ready up now. So we're 30 seconds, just under 30 seconds away here from the start of this race. Here we go, 10 seconds to go until the start of the formation lap, or could just be the race. We're not sure yet if we're going to have a formation lap or not. So here we are then, drivers on the grid getting ready to go racing here. Yep, we have got a formation lap. Cool.
To let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong, and I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, been finding ways to get away.
Audio check. Audio check. Here we are then, guys, we're lining up on the grid, getting ready to go racing here for the Portuguese Grand Prix at the Realistic Schumacher League here on the OG server, as the 15 cars are getting ready to go. Mark Bowe has absolutely flown around on this formation lap. He was not hanging around for anyone, and he's going to have to wait a long time on that grid for everybody else to pull up. So that's going to mean his tyres are going to be a little bit colder than the rest of them when we actually get underway. So that's going to be a bit of a, well, that could be biting him on the bum in a moment, but we'll have to see. But they're now pulling up on the grid. Pretty much everybody's lined up here as the last car of Golden Wolf is pulling up on the grid. Here we go. The lights are coming on now at the head of the grid. We're about to go racing here at Portimao. And it's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start from Raiji. He gets a better reaction there than Mark Bowe, but Mark Bowe's going to cover him off coming up towards turn one, as we can see there. YouTube Dizzy's ahead of Cars. Cars losing out to YouTube Dizzy and Bennett, and also Andrew Pittsmith has got ahead of San. San's dropping down the order. What's happened to San? San's had a horror show, as has YouTube Dizzy. YouTube Dizzy's off onto the runoff area there. Mark Bowe leads ahead of Raiji. Enmorph there in third, ahead of Bennett, followed by Kaiser Kenzie. Soap's got ahead of Horatio up into 12th place. The reigning champ Horatio not having the race so far in the first few corners. In the background, you've got Andrew Pittsmith looking to make a move up the inside of Golden Wolf. Golden Wolf holding around the outside for the left-hander hairpin. Can Andrew Pittsmith keep it there? Golden Wolf is going to hold it around the outside there and keeps on to 8th place. Andrew Pittsmith having a look, but couldn't make it happen there as they're coming to the middle sector here on the first lap. It's Mark Bowe leading ahead of Raiji in a moment. You've got Enmorph there running in third place at the moment, ahead of Bennett, who's keeping tabs to these guys at this point. You've got Kaiser Kenzie ahead of Blue Devil Fan, followed by Karts. Golden Wolf there ahead of Andrew Pittsmith, followed by Malky, polished by Balls. Soph there in 12th ahead of San. You've got Horatio and usually Dizzy completing the classification at the moment, but it's Mark Bowe here who seems to be holding on, as we've got Enmorph hassling the back of Raiji here, coming into the final sector. Mark Bowe is a little bit wide there, coming through that left-hander. Raiji a little bit too far back to make anything happen. Enmorph just waiting in the wings, but no DRS will be open yet. They'll have to wait until lap 3 for the luxury of that one. but flat out through this right-hander, even with a full fuel tank. Incredible what the 2021 cars were capable of doing. Here we come down the start-finish straight, and Raiji, I tell you what, has got a hell of a run here on Markbo. Pulling to the inside here, he's going to make that move surely here. Markbo's going to be absolutely defenseless coming into turn one. Raiji up into the lead ahead of Markbo, who's Edward there ahead of Bennett, followed by Kaiser Kenzie, Blue Devil Fan ahead of Cars. You've got Golden Wolf, Andrew Pittsman ahead of Malky, followed by Polish My Bull, Soph there ahead of San, and you've got Horatio running at the back. And what's happened to Kaiser Kenzie? Kaiser Kenzie's had a spin, and he's down to 14th place. What a nightmare there for Kaiser Kenzie. Virtual safety car deployed, not exactly sure why. No real necessity for that one, but nonetheless, it's been deployed. Actually, YouTube Dizzy's out of the race, so maybe that's why YouTube Dizzy has crashed out here. I assume the first lap he must have crashed out. So big turn up there for him. 10 people currently watching the stream. Smash that like button, guys, if you're enjoying. Raiji leading ahead of Markbo right now. 3 tenths between them under the virtual safety car. Markbo will be looking to try and react to the resumption of the race pretty nicely here and try and catch Raiji out if he can. But Raiji here taking the lead off of Markbo in this race in the early stages, and looking pretty good for it right now. Markbo will be looking to get onto back of him as soon as he possibly can. Blue Devil Fan in P5 on the mediums, Karts his teammate in 6, so those two are going to be ones to watch over the course of this first stint, and they'll definitely come into play with that strategy. But still under VSC here in the early stages of this race. Lap 2 of 33, we're just coming towards the end of this lap that we're currently on. Raiji is out in front at this point, but we're still yet to get back underway again, as we're now coming out onto the start-finish straight here. And yeah, DRS still yet to be enabled, because obviously we're only on lap 2. We're now on lap 3 of 33, and it looks like we're underway again, are we? I think we might be. Yes, we are back underway, so the resumption of racing is now back upon us, and we can see Raiji's got Markbo and Edmorph right on him here. Bennett's in the background there. You've got Blue Devil Fan dropping off a little bit. You've got Karts there ahead of Golden Wolf. Golden Wolf's wide. Golden Wolf's going to be compromised for this left-hander. Andrew Pittsman is going to be smelling blood here. Golden Wolf ever so wide. Andrew Pittsman with DRS will be looking to the inside, but Golden Wolf, saving grace there for him, was just within DRS of Karts there ahead of him, and manages to defend from Andrew using that DRS that he got off of Karts in front of him. But Andrew hassling a Golden Wolf at this point. You've got Malky there ahead of Polish My Balls. Soph right on the back of Polish My Balls, looking to try and get herself into the final points playing position if she can. Polish My Balls a little bit deep coming to that right hander. Soph massive wiggle there as she got onto the power and has to recover that one. Keeps onto it just about, as Bennett is on the back of Morph here as they fight it out over 3rd and 4th right now. Early stages of this race, Sands already picked up a 3-second time penalty there for track limits. Never a good time to pick up track limits, but especially at this stage in the race, because you're kind of on a knife's edge for the rest of it. You want to, you want to time your warnings a little bit more wisely than that. But Raiji has just done the fast lap of the race from the lead of the race, and we can see Blue Devil Fans making a move on Bennett down the inside. He's going to make that move stick there, is he? No, Bennett's going to try and hold it around the outside. Blue Devil Fans spun it. He's lost it. He lost it all by himself there on the inside as he tagged the curve, I think, coming through turn 1. He's going to have to wait for pretty much the entire pack to go past, and Blue Devil Fans had a nightmare there. Bennett's still going on the fringes of the podium. Markbo is hassling the back of Raiji at the front, as they're going at it here for the lead of the race here. Lap 4 of 33 here at Portimao for the Portuguese Grand Prix here at Motive. Here on the Motive channel, should I say, at OG server. As I noticed on the timing board, Malky's pretty close on the back of Andrew Pittsmith, and Andrew's hassling the back of Golden Wolf as we're watching a battle for the lead between Raiji and Markbo. Let's jump to this one though. Malky's looking to try and get something done here with Andrew Pittsmith. So still on the back of Polish My Balls. Kaiser Kenzie trying to pressure San into a mistake. He's looking all over him here. San's just holding his ground at the moment. Soph was very wide there in the distance as you just saw her just up ahead of San there, as she's trying to make something happen here with Polish My Balls. She'll get the DRS, but Polish My Balls will get the DRS on Malky, so it's not really going to make too much difference here. Andrew Pittsmith has DRS on Golden Wolf. Golden Wolf with no DRS in front of him, but he's got a big of a cushion here to Andrew. Malky within 3 tenths of Andrew Pittsmith, nothing doing there. Kaiser Kenzie right on the back of San up towards turn 1. Go trackside. He's looking down the inside. Is he going to commit one? No, he thinks better of it. San just clinging it around the outside there. Kaiser Kenzie looked to try and make the move, but could not quite make it happen. And San weathers that storm for the time being. So still on the back of Polish My Balls. Malky is looking all over Andrew Pittsmith right now. As Mark Bowes on the back of Raiji here in this battle for the lead of the race. Andrew Pittsmith has got a 3-second time penalty. That's just showing up there on the screen. Polish My Balls likewise. So the time penalty is coming in thick and fast right now. Bit of a tricky track to keep it within the rules and regulations here. Portimao can be one to catch you out. It's quite easy to get railroaded into making a mistake, as we can see Polish My Balls trying to hang it around the outside of Sophie. He's done that fantastically well there up into ninth place. Fair play to him. So a great move there from Polish My Balls. Just noticing the stream's lagging a bit, so just try and press a magic button to sort this out. There are methods you can use which can alleviate the lag a little bit. Frame rate does seem to be struggling ever so slightly. Ah, right, okay, it's OBS. OBS is basically crashing. Not ideal at all. Nonetheless, we're going to just carry on, and we're just going to kind of like try and deal with it the best we can. Not too much we can do really about it, as Soph's looking to the outside here of Polish My Balls covering that inside line off. These two having a great little scrap here for 9th and 10th places. At the front, Mark Bowes just clinging on ahead of Raiji, but Soph looking to try and get around Polish My Balls covering that inside line off brilliantly there. Soph wide on the curb as Karts is dropping down the order. He's lost out to Golden Wolf Andrew at Malky. Oh no! Oh no! Karts has just got caught up with Polish My Balls and Soph. Karts is out of the race. We've got a safety car here on lap 6, which might give us time to try and sort out this problem on my PC. It might give us time to cool it down a bit. Safety car here on lap 6 here at Portimao for the realistic Schumacher League. Here we are, guys. We're back underway once again. Malky puts his foot to the floor as he got Blue Devil fan all over the back of him. These two opted not to pit. Marpo, Raiji have all pitted on fresh tyres. Marpo is on the mediums, Raiji on the fresh softs, who will have the pace over the rest of them in front of him. Bennett there on the fresh mediums has got Morph right on the back of him as Morph trying to look to go running outside of Bennett. He's going to get the run here as Morph down this little straight. Is he going to have the run coming in towards his left-hander at the end of the straight though? Bennett looks like he's got that one. Held on to for now as Kaiser Kenzie's looking to make the move here on San down the inside up into ninth place there. Can San hold it on the outside? He does so brilliantly there actually, and San holding on to ninth place. Just about a good battle there between those two. I know the stream is still lagging a little bit. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it at this point. It is just determined at this stage to be struggling. So yeah, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to roll with it. But it's Bennett here. Trying to go around the outside of Raiji there, keeping it there. No, Bennett's managed to make the move, has he? I don't know yet, to be honest. Go on board with Bennett, as he's managed to keep it around the outside of Raiji. Raiji's going to get the preferred line around this final corner, as Polish Marbles has gone ahead of Soph up into 12th place, noticing that one on the timing screen. But Raiji here swooping around the outside of Bennett up into 4th place to come out onto the start finish straight here to complete lap 9 of the race. Blue Devil fan is on the back of Malky coming into turn 1. Malky there is completely defenseless as Blue Devil fan moves up into P1. You got Marpo ahead of Raiji, followed by Bennett and Morph. There's Andrew Pitts ahead of a Golden Wolf, followed by San. Kaiser Kenzie ahead of Horatio. Soph ahead of Polish My Balls at the moment. Lap 10 of 33 for this race. Raiji very close on the back of Marpo right now. Kaiser Kenzie's got ahead of San. San's dropping down the order. Has San made a bit of a mistake here? I think he might have done. Yeah, he has. He's had a major moment there because he's really struggling to get it back going again. He's lost a lot of time to the rest of the pack at this point. Soph's on the back of Horatio at this point, as these two are battling it out over 10th and 11th places. You got Marpo still hassling the back of Malky at this point. Kaiser Kenzie is running in P8, and Golden Wolf has just dropped down the order there, so he's now falling down the field like a stone to 12th place. So Golden Wolf, like San, has had a bit of an incident there. San's had another incident because he's now 14 seconds. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. He's not quite that far off, but he's considerable way off for the rest of them at the moment. Soph is still on the back of Horatio. This is now for 9th and 10th places. Bennett is on the back of Raiji here in this battle for 4th and 5th, as these two are now trying to close in on the leaders. Really, this is now a four-way battle for 2nd place as Raiji swoops down the inside of Malky up into 3rd place. Raiji's got that one done and is now looking on Marpo on board with Malky in 4th, as you've got Marpo and Raiji going at it in front of them. Let's jump on board with Raiji as he's looking down the inside. Marpo takes his line and Raiji's not close enough to send one into turn 1, but Raiji here gaining positions left, right and centre. Now Bennett's looking to try and get something done here with Malky. He gets a better run, and Malky having to go a little bit deep into that corner. That will give Bennett the run. Malky manages to cover him off, but Bennett with the DRS down this part of the track will get the run. He obviously Malky with DRS as well, but Bennett with a much better exit and the slipstream swoops past him up into 4th place, but he goes a little bit deep, and Morph follows him through as well. Morph now trying to get ahead of Bennett, but Malky losing 2 positions in the space of a couple of corners, and we can see Bennett now has got Morph looking around his outside, side by side, and Morph squeezes around Bennett there up into 4th place around the outside. What a fantastic move! Oh no, Bennett spun it. Bennett loses it there, and he's going to be dropping down the order here. He's losing loads of places, and Raiji there with a 3rd place. Morph into 4th. Kaiser Kenzie's on the back of Malky as Polish My Balls moves up ahead of Bennett as well. And Bennett there, that could not have gone much worse for the 3-time champion of the OG League on a Wednesday and a Sunday here on the OG server. Kaiser Kenzie's on the back of Malky right now with Andrew Pittsmith right behind them in 7th place. But Bennett is going to be so frustrated with that one. I'm sure of that. He's now got Polish My Balls and Golden Wolf on the back of him here as they're coming out of the final corner. Raiji's got ahead of Marpo down the start finish straight up into 2nd place. So that's good stuff there from him. Kaiser Kenzie is all over Malky as he's looking down the inside there into turn 1 and gets himself into 5th place. Sophie's in the pits here at the end of lap 11, a third of the distance into this race. I wonder if she's going to put a set of mediums on, go to the end. No, she's putting a soft on. So Soph's getting some new tyres on and will need to pit again in this race. She's not going to be able to get those softs to the end, that is for sure. Blue Devil found them out in front on the medium tyres, continuing to do the business, and looks like he's got the pace despite Raiji being on fresh soft tyres. Blue Devil fan is keeping the gap to him. Raiji's gained a little bit through the first sector. Obviously, now that he's in clean air, he might be able to go after him. Bennett has got ahead of Polish My Balls up into 9th, and Polish My Balls is going to lose out here to Golden Wolf. Golden Wolf squeezing around the outside there. Oh, Polish My Balls tags him in the back and comes off worse there. Almost loses the car. Does well to avoid crashing, but he gets done for a 3-second time penalty. He drifted wide after hitting him, and has been given a 3-second time penalty for it. I mean, he didn't really gain much from it, but the game says nope, you've had your luck. Now you, yeah, now you're getting done for it. But nonetheless, Golden Wolf on the back of Bennett here in this battle for 9th and 10th, as Malky's just about within a second of Kaiser Kenzie. Raiji's broken the DRS to Mark Bow. Blue Devil fan currently doing the business out of front, but Raiji, fastest lap of the race, has brought the gap down a little bit to Blue Devil fan, as you'd expect, being on those fresh soft tyres. Both of them still got to pit again in this in this race, but Blue Devil fan might get the luxury of a choice of tyres by the time we get to the pit window, depending on how long he can go on these mediums. He can go to about lap 21. If you can do about 21 laps on them all told, he might be able to put the soft on at the end. Horatio, in the meantime, has got ahead of Andrew Pittsmith up into 7th place. Andrew's dropped off him a little bit since Horatio got ahead of him. You've got Bennett on the back of Golden Wolf right now as they're coming down this little straight. DRS will be open here for Bennett, but he's a little bit too far away from Golden Wolf at this point. And nothing doing there between those two. Polish My Bull's still there, still clinging to the back of them at the moment. You've got Blue Devil fan out the front ahead of Raiji. Mark Bow there running 2 seconds off for the lead at this point. You've got Enmorph there running in P4 ahead of Kaiser Kenzie. Polish My Balls is still on the back of Bennett. Bennett is hassling the back of Golden Wolf right now. He's looking around the outside. Golden Wolf goes deep. Bennett's going to swoop down the inside. Surely, yes he does. Bennett there moves up into 9th place. Brilliant stuff there from him. Golden Wolf has got a 3-second time penalty there for track limits, as Bennett's now looking on Andrew. Andrew there defending the inside line. Bennett's going to try and go on the outside, but Bennett's got a 3-second time penalty there for going wide. Kind of got forced wide in a way. It wasn't really Andrew Pittsmith's fault. He had to go for that gap in order to try and make the move stick, and Bennett there gets done for it, but he's round the outside up into 8th as he's now got Golden Wolf looking all over the back of him here. Let's go trackside as Golden Wolf pulls out of the slipstream side by side down the straight. Golden Wolf breezes past Bennett there, and Bennett might be open to Polish My Balls. He's looking down the inside as well. Polish My Balls makes the move there up into 9th as he goes very deep there. Gets it back on the track though. That was tight there. Polish My Balls is deep. Bennett trying to get the cut back. Polish My Balls deep again. Bennett once again DRS down this straight. Soph's got ahead of Andrew Pittsmith up into 11th place. Andrew's in the pits, that's why. Polish My Balls a little bit deep there coming through that part of the track. So this is absolutely great racing here from these guys. Kaiser Kenzie's on the back of Morph in that battle for 4th and 5th places. Raiji's still close on the back of Blue Devil fan in this fight for the lead, as Polish My Balls has got ahead of Golden Wolf up into 8th place there. And Golden Wolf has now got Bennett hot on his mirrors here as they're coming through the final part of this lap. Bennett looking to try and force Golden Wolf into a mistake. Blue Devil fans into the pits here at the end of lap 14. So Raiji starts lap 15 in the lead. A couple of seconds, he's got to have a gap here. Blue Devil fan has put the soft tyres on, so he's surely got to come in again. He's not going to go 19 laps on one set of soft tyres, so we will surely be seeing Blue Devil fan in the pits before the end of this race. But Raiji has obviously got to pit again as well. It could be a straight fight between these two for the race win. A couple of seconds back to Mark Bow, who's currently sat in 2nd place. That'll be 3rd obviously once the pit stops are done. And Morph there running in P3 at the moment. It's got Kaiser Kenzie hassling the back of him here for what's currently the final podium spot, as Polish My Balls has got ahead of Bennett. But Bennett looking to try and come back at him around the outside, coming down to the end of the straight into the left-handed hairpin. Polish My Balls goes a little bit deep, has to overcorrect the steering there. Bennett's going to get the run up the hill. He's going to look around the outside here of Polish My Balls, but Polish My Balls covers that inside line. Oh, gets a bit of a slide there. But Bennett there can't get anything done. Polish My Balls, a massive slide there coming through that part of the track. Polish My Balls, nothing he can do. Bennett squeezes around the outside there into 7th place once again. Kaiser Kenzie's got ahead of Morph here up into 3rd place, and Morph looked like he must have made a mistake, so he's dropped a bit of time here to Kaiser Kenzie since that move got done. Bennett is still within a second of Golden Wolf and looking to try and get himself into 6th place if he can. Blue Devil fans got ahead of Polish My Balls, and Blue Devil fan having a bit of swap over here. Blue Devil fan looking around the outside of the final corner. Can he get around the outside here? Polish My Balls side by side here, coming out to the start finish straight, and Blue Devil fan gets around the outside there. Polish My Balls, great stuff. Up into P8. Blue Devil fan looking to make the move down the inside of Bennett. He's going to go on the brakes. Oh my gosh! And well, Golden Wolf had to take evasive action there. Blue Devil fan loses a couple of places. And because of Golden Wolf having to avoid Blue Devil fan taking him out, that's now Bennett up into P6 in this race. Incredible stuff there. Blue Devil fan just went a little bit hot-headed on the brakes. It didn't pay off for him one bit. And he's lost out there a couple of places as a result. Watch my balls there running in 8th place at the moment on the back of Golden Wolf as we see Blue Devil fan very wide there and gets himself a 3-second time penalty as a result. Watch my balls on the back of Golden Wolf here in this battle for 7th, and these two are still clinging to the back here of Bennett at the moment. That's through the final couple of corners they come here on this lap. Oh! That's here they come then. Blue Devil fan is looking down the inside of Polish My Balls, but nothing doing there. Golden Wolf still trying to pressure Bennett here for P6 in this race. Blue Devil fan looking like he's trying to get involved in this one, but Golden Wolf still hanging in there on the back of Bennett. We've got double yellow flags through sector 1. Not sure why. Polish My Balls is looking very racy here on the back of Golden Wolf. Golden Wolf trying to hold on. Polish My Balls, bit of a wiggle there as they came through that previous corner. It's still probing, but Blue Devil fans managed to get underneath Polish My Balls here. Polish My Balls went a little bit wide coming to the penultimate corner, but Blue Devil fan now goes wide out of the last corner. As we come down the start-finish straight here, Polish My Balls, DRS now down the start-finish straight. Blue Devil fan has got it, but Golden Wolf stunned Bennett there up into P6 into turn 1. Polish My Balls still on the back of Blue Devil fan. Bennett, 3-second time penalty for track limits again. Raiji, Mark Bow, Kaiser Kenzie and Horatio, the only drivers to have kept their nose clean in this race as Polish My Balls gets a horrible run coming out onto that back straight. Blue Devil fan too far back on Bennett. Bennett still trying to put the pressure on Golden Wolf here for P6. Golden Wolf still clinging on here ahead of Bennett. You got Blue Devil fan almost running into the back of Bennett there. As we see Polish My Balls in the background ever so wide coming through that part of the track. This is getting tasty now, I tell you. Golden Wolf clinging on to this P6, but he's got a train of cars behind him who all want a piece of him right now as Bennett, Blue Devil fan and Polish My Balls are still right there. Blue Devil fan with DRS down the straight once again. Surely it's going to get Bennett here side by side. You see the Papaya McLaren appear on the right hand side of your screen. Is he going to send it here? Golden Wolf holding on. Bennett there squeezing around the outside of Blue Devil fan up into P7. This is great racing from these guys as Golden Wolf now goes deep. Bennett, surely if he's clever about this, will get the cut back on him. And yes, he does. Bennett there beautifully suckers him out of the corner. Blue Devil fan go around the outside. Now it's going to get the run on Bennett. Can Blue Devil fan go around the outside here of Bennett? Oh, he's going to try it. No. Oh, I tell you what, he's still there. Bennett's going to have to give him the room. He's got a little bit of that McLaren alongside him. Here we are, side by side. Bennett just covers him off. Polish My Balls has made a mistake. He's dropped off at the back of these guys. This is now a three-way battle for 6th place here. But they've surely all got to come into the pits again, you would think. As Raiji's now coming into the pits. Where is he going to come out in relation to Blue Devil fan, who is in a train of cars and is being held up no end here in this race? Raiji there stops in the box. Mark Bow will need to come in again, surely. So will Kaiser Kenzie. and Morph you'd think will need to be in at some point over the next few laps as well. Raiji though coming towards the end of the pit lane. There's Horatio, he'll need to come in again, he's got another pit stop to do. Blue Devil fan and Bennett side by side down the straight. Blue Devil fan coming out on top in that one. Where's Raiji? Raiji's come out clear of them. So Raiji comes out in the net lead of the race. Enmorph's got ahead of Kaiser Kenzie up into second place. Kaiser Kenzie's dropped off him a bit. Must have made a bit of a mistake, but Blue Devil fan trying to get onto the back of Raiji here. Raiji, your net race leader. Well, he's your actual race leader now, and he can go to the end on these tyres. Blue Devil fan's got a pit again. So has Bennett. So has Golden Wolf. Question is, has Raiji got what it takes to stay ahead of Mark Bow? Mark Bow will have the soft tyres on at the end of this race, so Mark Bow will probably have to pace over him at the end. And so Horatio's got ahead of Kaiser Kenzie up into third place. I think that Blue Devil fan shot himself in the foot in this race though. Putting the soft tyres on with 18 laps to go I think was the wrong way to go. Personally, I can't see that working out for him. I think he's just ruined his chance of taking a win. Still on the back of Raiji at the moment. Those tyres will still be working for now, but they're going to be certainly that's the clock's ticking on that one. But Kaiser Kenzie into the pits nonetheless here at the end of lap 20. 13 laps left to go here in this race. Blue Devil fan still on the back of Raiji, gets the closing speed into turn one, a little bit too far back to make anything happen just there. As the laps starting to wind down here in Portimao for the Portuguese Grand Prix here for the OG Schumacher League here on a Monday night. Kaiser Kenzie in the pits right now and is off and away once again. This Blue Devil fan is still on the back of Raiji at the moment. Blue Devil fan in the slipstream here on Raiji, gets the closing speed into turn one, once again gets there a little bit too late. And those soft tyres, they're not going to have much in them. In a couple of laps time those are going to start to go off. They're going to start to fall off the cliff pretty soon. He's got the DRS still on Raiji. Raiji though just knows he's just got to keep it cool here. Raiji is within 16 seconds of the lead. Mark Bow's still got a pit. Granted, when Mark Bow comes in, he'll have a stint on the softs still to go. I imagine Mark Bow's probably got to come in nowish, because you can easily go 11 laps on the soft tyres here at Portimao. You want to maximise the amount of laps that you've got on those soft tyres in order to be able to make up the time that you're going to inevitably lose in the pits. So he's probably going to come out around 10 seconds behind Raiji. If he comes in now, he'd come out about 10 seconds behind him. So Mark Bow's surely got to come in. Oh, he's staying out. Staying out for at least one more lap here. I wonder if he's going to try and go to the end. And Morph stays out as well. Horatio, does he come in? Yes, Horatio boxes. Horatio in here at the end of lap 22. Raiji and Blue Devil fan continuing on their way. But Horatio is in. Blue Devil fan once again DRS down the straight. Not that it's going to do much for him there. But Bennett there running in fifth ahead of Golden Wolf at this point. Polish my balls for 3 second time penalty there for track limits. Raiji's still got Blue Devil fan close on the back of him here. Blue Devil fan with DRS. Going to look to the inside. Can he send one on the brakes here? He goes a little bit deep, but he gets it stopped. And Blue Devil fan gets himself back up into P3 here in this race, as these two continue to go at it. What a great little battle these two have had over the course of tonight. But Blue Devil fan, we think, I assume, I'm sure he's got to pit again. He's not going to go 17 laps on one set of soft tyres. No chance is that going to happen. He's barking up the wrong tree if he thinks he's going to manage that, I tell you. That's a pipe dream. He's off his rocker if he thinks that one's going to work out. But Mark Bowe, nonetheless, is in the pits here at the end of lap 23. 10 laps left to go in this race. Raji's still on the back of Blue Devil Fan right now. Soph also on the back of Horatio, but Blue Devil Fan looks like he's shaping up for a pit stop here. No, he's not. He's just trying to defend. Some very, very unusual defence there, but Raji's going to breeze around the outside up into third, up into the lead now because Mark Bowe and them off in the pits. So Raji there up into P1 once again. Mark Bowe and Morph both in the pits, and where are they going to come out in relation to the others? Bennett now up into a podium spot. Oh, I wonder if Bennett's going to try and go to the end. He's a driver who we know is good on the tyres. I think I have a memory of Bennett going 30 odd laps around this track on a set of hards once. So 25 laps on the mediums might not be the craziest idea that Bennett's ever had in his life. Who knows? But maybe it might work out. We'll have to keep an eye. Anything can happen in this one, that is for sure. It's never over till it's over. But Raji with the lead, back off of Blue Devil Fans, now pulled out just over a second of a gap, so he's out of that DRS threat. And Kaiser Kenzie's still got Malky on the back of the Municipal for 9th and 10th places at the moment. Mark Bowe pressuring the back of Bennett here for third. I didn't mean that was a hiccup. Oh! And that was another one. But Mark Bowe on the fresh soft tyres will surely, you would think, have a lot more grip than Bennett and should breeze past him coming around this final part of the track. And Bennett comes into the pits, so that battle has been decided for itself. And Sophie's off onto the grass there. She's had a moment. Just as we were flicking towards Kaiser Kenzie, we saw Soph having a bit of a moment onto the grass there, losing a lot of time. And we got Bennett, Golden Wolf and Polish My Balls all into the pits there at the end of lap 24. 9 laps left to go here in this race as we're watching Malky and Kaiser Kenzie still going at it. Down the start-finish straight they come. Here goes Kaiser Kenzie now. DRS wide open for him. Breezes past Malky up into P7 as they're coming out just behind Bennett. And Bennett just clinging on to P6. Oh my gosh. That was almost a big incident there between Bennett and Kaiser. And Malky did well to react to what was going on in front of him there, I tell you. Polish My Balls has come out and he's come out in 11th place in this race. As Golden Wolf is still on the back of Malky here as they battered it out over 8th and 9th places. Malky there always trying to defend it, and Golden Wolf can't quite get it around him at the moment. He gets him on the exit though. Golden Wolf much better exit, gets the cut back on Malky up into 8th place. Just going to restart my private Twitch stream again, try and sort out this lag here guys. It's absolutely atrocious. Right, so we're back on now. Blue Devil Fan's been into the pits for his final pit stop. He's got a fresh set of soft tyres on. He's right on the back of Ben Morph and Horatio here, so he's in the battle for the podiums already. Looking down the inside of Horatio, this should be routine stuff here. Although Horatio's on fresh stuff of his own actually, so it wasn't as easy as I initially would have thought. In fact, they're pretty much all on fresh stuff here. I'll tell you what, Raji's got this in hand. He's got this basically done. Blue Devil Fan will be looking to try and get himself ahead of Morph for the podium spots, but this is pretty much a straight fight here between these two now for third place. They're a long way behind Mark Bowe. Interestingly, Mark Bowe has put the soft tyres on. He's only 6 seconds behind Raji, so we said this earlier on. It was going to be a battle for between those two for the win, and it's looking pretty tight right now. 6 seconds, so we've got 7 laps left to go in this race, but Mark Bowe on the faster, fresher tyres will probably fancy a crack at this in the last few laps. Raiji should be alright on his mediums at the moment, but they would have lost a few tenths over 6 laps. Nothing major though, but Mark Bow definitely with faster tyres at this point, as Blue Devil Fan has done him morph down the straight up into 3rd place. But that's going to be the summit of his ambitions in this race. He's a long way behind Raiji and Mark Bow, who are P1 and 2 at the moment. Question is, has Mark Bow got the grit? Has he got enough pace? Has he got anything left to try and throw at Raiji here, who still leads this race by 5.8 seconds right now? Morph still sticking to the back of Blue Devil Fan. Kaiser Kenzie's pulled out a bit of a gap to Golden Wolf since getting ahead of him now. The gap now 1.5 seconds between those two. We're watching this battle for what's going to be the win here at Portimao tonight for the realistic Schumacher League here on the OG server. As Andrew Pittsmith's got a 3-second time penalty. Morph still clinging to the back of Blue Devil Fan right now. Raiji and Mark both separated by 5.5 seconds right now. And Morph just picked up a 3-second time penalty there for track limits, I would guess. Usually what those are handed out for. Gap down to 5.4 between Raiji and Mark Bow. It's coming down. Golden Wolf is closing in on Kaiser Kenzie as well. He's obviously on fresh soft tyres. Kaiser on reasonably fresh medium still. You know, they're not exactly fair weathered. Well, no, actually fair weathered is probably a good term for them. They're not worn out, they are fair weathered. It's probably the exact word I was looking for, actually, really. Can't really say it's not the word, can I? It kind of fits the situation perfectly. But nonetheless, Raiji out in front, leading this race by just over 5 seconds ahead of Mark Bow. So here they come, about to start lap 29, 5 laps left to go here for the Portuguese Grand Prix here on the OG server for the realistic Schumacher League. Golden Wolf clinging to the back of Kaiser Kenzie, just about. He's just tying a lasso onto the back of that car there. Williams there holding on from the Alpine. Golden Wolf there will get DRS down the straight. He might just be a little bit too far back. He's going to get the closing speed. I think he might get there just a little bit too late as they're coming up into the braking zone. As they hit the braking zone now, Golden Wolf's going to send one there. And he gets it done on Kaiser Kenzie there. Great stuff from Golden Wolf. I thought that he might be a day late and $1 short, but he has made it stick there. And Golden Wolf up into 7th place there ahead of Kaiser Kenzie. Superb move there from Golden Wolf. Excellent stuff there from him as Raiji's out in front still ahead of Mark Bow. Blue Devil Fan 20 seconds off of the lead out at this stage. He's got more 3 seconds behind him. You've got a further 3 seconds back to Horatio. Kaiser Kenzie close on the back of Golden Wolf right now. As we have 4 laps left to go here for this race. And what a race it has been here tonight. Raiji controlling things out the front, looking set to take a win here. And what a great job that would be from him as Golden Wolf a little bit wide there, coming through the 3rd to last corner of the lap. Very, very wide there actually. That's going to allow Kaiser Kenzie a look in, and Kaiser Kenzie will be looking to try and return the favour. Golden Wolf passed him a couple of laps to go. Kaiser Kenzie will get DRS sitting down the start finish straight and will look to have a crack at him. Here we go. DRS open now. Here goes Kaiser Kenzie, gets the closing speed. His straight line speed not as menacing as Golden Wolf's, but nonetheless the DRS in full effect there, and Kaiser Kenzie down the inside. And oh no, he gets loose, then Golden Wolf almost runs into him there. They both survive it. Golden Wolf squeezes back through into P7 after Kaiser Kenzie made the move with the DRS, but got a little bit of oversteer. Golden Wolf wide though, coming out onto the back straight. Kaiser Kenzie back up into P7. These two having a great scrap here in the closing stage of this race. Kaiser Kenzie and Golden Wolf leaving everything, leaving nothing out there here in this at the end of this race. We've got double yellow flags through sector 1. San is in the pits. So that's obviously a massive shame there for him. But he'll be putting some fresh soft tyres on, you'd imagine, and maybe going for fastest lap. Having said that, P13, he won't get the luxury of an extra point for his troubles. It's Rygee's opened up a bit of a gap to Mark Bowe. It's now over 6 seconds between first and second here in this one. Malky's on the back of Golden Wolf as they're batting out over 8th and 9th. As Malky squeezing through there ahead of Golden Wolf up into 8th place, making that one stick brilliantly there is Malky. Excellent stuff there from him. Sophie's currently within a couple of seconds of Polish My Balls at the moment. Rygee leads the race ahead of Mark Bowe at this stage. Double wave yellow flags through sector 1. Not sure why. Enmorph is off. Oh no! Enmorph there just gets tagged by Bennett as he comes through. Double wave yellow flags through sector 3. Golden Wolf is out of the race. What has happened there? Well, that's a bit of a shocker. As Polish My Balls pits here at the end of lap 30, yeah. As Rygee's coming out of the last corner over the line to about to start the penultimate lap of the race. Got 5.7 seconds right now over Mark Bowe. Polish My Balls in the pits at this point. Rygee though leading the race at the moment. There's Mark Bowe. Blue Devil fan still running at the moment in P3 in this race. As it stands, Horatio there in 4th place at the moment. It's got 4 seconds further back to Bennett, who's got a further couple of seconds back to Enmorph at this stage. Kaiser Kenzie still going there in P7. Has got Malky 5 seconds behind him there in 8th place. You've got Andrew Pittsmith there in 9th. Soph there running P10 at the moment. Polish My Balls 11th. You've got San completing the classification at this point in P12 as Polish My Balls a bit loose there coming out of that section of the track. Mark Bowe's starting to bring the gap down to Rygee, but I think it's too little too late. Rygee's just got to bring around one more lap. The gap ebbing and flowing really. 5-6 seconds. It's not really gone up in the grand scheme of things. It's not really gone down. It's just pretty much stayed neutral here between these two. And Rygee about to start the final lap of this race here at Portimao for the Portuguese Grand Prix, the OG Realistic League, the Schumacher League here on a Monday night. And what a great win it will be for Rygee in the Aston Martin. He's literally just got to bring it around one more lap here. And that'll be absolutely fantastic there for him. San's got ahead of Polish My Balls there up into 11. The Polish My Balls is off. Polish My Balls has had a moment. He's onto the gravel there as he gets it back on. But he's lost a lot of time. And San is up into 11th place as a result. And Polish My Balls is really struggling now as he just gets it onto the gravel. You can see the tracks as he rejoins the track. Rygee's got a few corners to go. Mark Bowe hasn't really closed in anymore. Emil 3 seconds off on the back of Bennett. Kaiser Kenzie a little way behind. But this man here, Rygee, has done everything right over the course of tonight. Had to capitalise on Blue Devil fan making a big strategic error. Mark Bowe didn't quite have the pace to challenge Rygee over the course of this race. A few others falling by the wayside, but he's the one who has shone over the rest of them tonight. He has been the standout performer. Rygee coming out of the final corner here at Portimao. He is going to win the Portuguese Grand Prix tonight here on the Motive Racing channel here for the OG Schumacher League here. What a job from Rygee. Was dominant here in this race, really. Controlled it from start to finish. And on the time penalties, has got an even bigger gap than he had initially. Mark Bowe comes over to take second place. San has retired on the final lap. He's crashed out somewhere. Mark Bowe takes second. Blue Devil fan completing the podium there in 3rd place and threw away the win with putting the soft tyres on. Could have been a contender for the win, I think, if it hadn't been for that. Horatio comes over to take 4th place in this race in the end. Bennett comes over to take 5th ahead of Enmorph, who finishes the race in P6. Kaiser Kenzie up towards the line. It'll be 7th place for Kaiser Kenzie as over the line he comes. Just misses out on P6. Enmorph had a pretty hefty time penalty there. Malky comes over to take 8th place here in this race. Andrew Pittsmith coming out of the final corner. It's going to be 9th place there for him. He's a little way ahead of Soph, who's just coming through the final corner now, and Soph will be P10 for her. She'll get a point for her troubles tonight, and she'll be the last over the line. As Raiji once again, talking about him, Raiji did a superb job tonight. Absolutely fantastic drive and a deserved winner. Rolled on to the podium finishes. Last season's champion, Horatio picking up the driver of the day. But that is your lot, guys, for tonight. Big thank you to everybody for joining us live on the Motive channel, as always, across both of the leagues that we were showing tonight, Dutch Racing League and the OG Schumacher League. Guys, if you like what you see, please drop a like on the video. It helps us out enormously. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're watching for the first time. If you're one of the drivers and you enjoyed watching this back, please share with your friends, your family members, and your otherwise associates. Get the channel out there. Let's get it to a bit of a wider audience. Let's get more people involved in all of our leagues. We can work together. We can start filling up these leagues and make our leagues the biggest on PlayStation, on the Formula 1 game. Getting ready for F1 22 coming out very, very soon. Now is the clock's ticking, and it won't be too long until we'll be seeing that available on our PlayStation stores and our local shops. But once again, thank you to everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care, everybody. We will see you on Wednesday for the OG Wednesday and Sunday League. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.